Voluntary patients held against their will. When requests to leave were ignored, some families like this one were compelled to break their daughter out of a psychiatric hospital. Well, after a WFAA investigation, Texas is now one step closer to protecting families like these who are voluntarily seeking mental help. You may remember all of this because investigative reporter Charlotte Huffman first exposed this problem, and she joins us from the newsroom right now with an update. What do you have to tell us, Charlotte?
Well, Jason, as a result of our investigation earlier this session, lawmakers filed a bill, and what it would do is hold psychiatric hospitals more accountable. Now, you may remember earlier this year, we gathered people from all across the state. They all went willingly to Texas psychiatric hospitals seeking help, like outpatient services. But instead, they say they were locked up and illegally held for days, sometimes weeks, without a court order, so that they say psychiatric hospitals could bill their insurance. Now, we discovered there are 130 facilities in Texas doing psychiatric care, but in recent years, not a single one of them has been slapped with a fine for holding patients against their will. Yet we were able to fill a room full of patients, all with similar stories. Representative Bill Zedler wants to change that. New legislation will mandate that state regulators fine hospitals $100,000. That's up from a $25,000 non-mandatory fine. We sat down with Zedler to talk about what his legislation could mean for North Texans in need of psychiatric care.
Well, I think that the end result will be that if they go in there with the anticipation that they're going to be in an outpatient arrangement, we're not going to tolerate misbehavior anymore.
Now, the bill currently sits in the Public Health Committee. If it's voted out of committee and into law, it could go into effect in September. In the meantime, as we wait on lawmakers, WFAA continues to receive calls and emails from family members saying they too, or their family members, are also being held against their will. Back to you.
All right, Charlotte, thank you for the follow-up on that one.